What's up, bro? So, you've been on this journey, you've been improving yourself for quite a while now, and you've achieved all the goals you set when you started self-improvement. And now maybe you're not quite sure what's next. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about this kind of experience of, you set out and you set some goals, fitness and like mental health, maybe you were kind of down bad. And so you tried to improve your mental health, you got into the gym, you made some good progress. Like you've been doing great, bro. You've been killing it. But you've gotten to a point now where you feel like you've kind of finished level one. Like you've leveled up your life enough that a lot of the kind of basic and common self-improvement advice doesn't really apply to you anymore. Because, without being arrogant, you can honestly say that you're kind of past all that. And a lot of those things are still going to make up a really important part of your foundation for the bigger things you're going to achieve in your life and you're going to start working on and you're going to start thinking about. But they're not your goal anymore. They're not your main focus. I've had this experience and I've realized, and this isn't good, right? This isn't a flex. I'm not saying you should do this. But my sleep hasn't been dialed in. I haven't really been locked in the gym. A lot of the self-improvement habits like reading and meditating have been pretty inconsistent recently. Yet, I am in a season of some of the most growth. Actually, no, the most growth of my entire life and definitely of this entire journey of kind of self-improvement. And it's interesting because I've noticed that a lot of my goals, priorities, and my perspective on things has shifted a lot. So when I was 13, 14, I first kind of discovered self-improvement and I was addicted to video games. I was like, my mental health was really bad and, I had a bunch of bad habits and all of that. My biggest goal was just pulling myself out of that and getting some better habits and basically just, improving my life, making some friends, and a big goal I had, two big goals I had. The biggest one was getting a girlfriend. And the second one was to start making money online, to kind of get into entrepreneurship or maybe content creation, and start doing that. I didn't want to follow the kind of conventional path, like going to university and getting a job. And I know I'm so unique. Point is, pretty generic, pretty common goals. Anyway, I'm really blessed to say that I was able to pull myself out of that bad place. I was able to grow a lot over the last couple of years. I'm 16 now, and so I've come a long way, right? From that insecure, skinny kid, I've come a really long way, and it's been a really amazing and quite beautiful journey and transformation, and I'm so proud of it. And if you're watching this video, I know you're at the same point, you had the same experience. And now we're kind of sitting around wondering, what's next, right? What is that next layer of our goals? What's that next layer of our growth? And I can't necessarily answer that question for you, but I can tell you my experience and where I'm at the moment and where I'm focusing my energy and effort and attention. At this point, we got to start changing the metrics we measure our success by. We got to start changing our perception and our mindset around what our goals are and what the markers and indicators of success are. So a really clear example in my life is when I was 13, 14, 15, I really, really wanted a girlfriend, right? I'm a pretty romantic kind of person, and so that was a big goal for me. Anyway, I'm now blessed to say that I'm in a really incredible relationship with an amazing woman. And that changed things, obviously. And so my mindset has shifted from, I really want a girlfriend, to now getting into a lot more serious, real shit of how do I become an amazing leader? How do I lead this relationship really well? How do I become just generally a good man? How do I provide a sense of peace and safety and stability and assurance to my partner? That's my queen, right? And so I want to be the best man and the best leader I can be in that relationship. So that's where my mind is now, and that's been a journey which has brought me so much growth as a man in terms of my character, my mindset, my beliefs, my values, my identity, my sense of who I am. And again, I've been really blessed to have some great mentors to really guide me through that and to set an example and to teach me a lot about that and help me grow and be able to step into that, step into being that kind of man. or becoming that kind of man. And so that's probably the biggest example. But the second big example is, for ages I was so set on like, oh yeah, I want to figure out like what kind of online business to start or something, and I was trying a bunch of different stuff. Not really giving much of my heart to anything, because I was chasing the wrong thing. And a couple of months ago, after a video blew up on my channel, got like 85k views or something, started doing really well, I was reading the comments of that video and I was like, there are so many dudes in here who have such similar things to say, such similar stories to share, and were saying that they really resonated with the video and like those kind of ideas and that vibe. And so I decided to start like an online community for like teenagers, young men, to just connect with other guys that are like on the same journey, make some like real good connections and friends and that sense of brotherhood. The link to that community is in the description, by the way, but I don't want this video to be a sales pitch. Anyway, so I started that. I launched that community, and a couple of guys joined, and I was like, oh shit, I'm making money now. And what's interesting, just like in the like relationship example, my perspective and my priorities just shifted. It was no longer thinking about like money going into my pocket. I really started thinking about how I can make people feel like the money coming out of their pocket is really worth it, is like making, that they're investing in something that's really quality and really great, and it's helping them a lot. And so, in actually launching and starting to build that community, my mindset really shifted, and I've been really focused on like honestly like the fulfillment and the purpose and the like the integrity side of things, of like, how do I make something really good first of all, and then also like, I got a mission here, I got a purpose here. Like, how do I help people as much as I can? How do I make this really valuable, not just as a business thing, but like, hey, this is kind of like my contribution at the moment to the world, to my generation. It's something I'm genuinely passionate about. It's something I genuinely get excited about. It's something, when I'm on the calls with the guys in the community, whether it's a one-to-one call or a group call, like I get like really like fired up, like excited. I'm like, I feel really like meaningful. Like, I don't know. It's an awesome experience. So I found a real sense of passion there. And again, that is now, that mission, that objective, that vision, and that sense of passion and purpose is now the metric by which I measure the progress I'm making, and also how valuable I believe that community is. Damn, that's such a nice sunset though. Hang on, bro, check it out. Wait. Sunset on the roof, and sunset. And there's the city. Cool. Okay, I've been yapping for too long. This video has been 14 minutes so far. Get to the point, Ben. Okay, let's lock in, lads. What am I trying to say? Oh yeah, so the change in the way you're measuring success and progress, and the difference in your goals and mindset. A lot of young men get swept up in the kind of self-improvement, like red pill kind of rabbit hole, and they end up negating an authentic sense of meaning and fulfillment for some kind of like external or like pre-approved sense of purpose, and they end up altering their entire lifestyle and their mindset and the way they live to what their favorite internet guru says they should do. Whoa, that bird almost hit me in the face. That's crazy. Yeah, and they almost like constrain their own personality and their own identity and their own kind of sense of like who they are and their sense of masculinity. And just their own sense of what's important to them in their lives and the kind of people they really are, in their heart and at their core. And obviously that's really sad. If I could leave you with one thing in this video, if there's one thing that I'm really trying to get across, first of all, you've been doing awesome, bro, and you've achieved all the goals you set out originally, and that's fucking sick, right? So now the next thing is just realizing that like the metrics that you're gonna use to start measuring your progress and growth now are different and are like deeper, and are more meaningful, and have to be authentic, have to come from you. They have to be from the heart. They have to be based in passion and purpose and meaning and fulfillment, not chasing external validation or rewards or anything like that. So don't shy away from being ruthlessly authentic, and also ruthlessly ambitious when it comes to your vision, the things you want to achieve in your life. Because if you want fulfillment if you want joy, if you want excitement, and also that sense of progress and growth and like leveling up as a young man, then that's where it comes from. So yeah, your goals are going to look different now. Your perspective, your mindset, your heart is going to be in a different place, bro. And you're going to start realizing the real growth as a man, and this is coming from a 16-year-old retard here, so, you know, real growth as a man, like, kind of cringe at myself sometimes. But as we're becoming men, we got to start realizing how important character is, more than anything. The actual person you show up as, the way you treat people, your integrity, your honesty, your authenticity, I said that weird. That stuff starts to become super important. You're not that like immature boy shit kind of perspective and mindset around like dating and love, but the more real, mature, deep kind of like showing up as a grown-ass man, even when you maybe feel like you're not at an age yet where that, you know, you feel like I'm still a teenager, and so why have I got to take it so seriously? Because, bro, if you say you want growth, if you're on this journey of self-improvement, the gym, meditation, your little habit tracker on your wall, and nothing wrong with that, but it's only going to get you so far, right? There's much deeper shit. There's much more important shit. And that stuff that we just talked about, like, you know, gym and all that, awesome. Love it. Great pursuits. If you're passionate about it, great. I meditate as often as I can. I journal every day. It's a good foundation, but it can't be everything. It has to be... that is just a fucking beautiful sunset. I'll show you after I finish this point. Wait, I've lost my point. Joder. Also, I'm learning Spanish. Any Spanish speakers, feel free to critique my expression of frustration. I've actually lost my train of thought here. Oh yeah, that stuff is a really good foundation, but it can't be everything. It can't be your goal. It has to be just part of the foundation which you build off to actually pursue the things in life that matter, and that matter to you. I can't tell you what should matter to you. That's up to you, bro. But yeah, man, it's a worthwhile journey. So don't constrain yourself to other people's opinions, this included. Take it with a grain of salt. It's just an idea I thought might be useful to people who are in the same spot as me. But take care of yourself, bro. If you want to join that community, links in the description. I think you'd love it. It's pretty sick. Yeah, that's all, bro. Take care of yourself, yeah? And hold up, check out the sunset before I go. Wait. Alright. And then, ooh. Look at that shit. Holy. Man, that's awesome. Enjoy the sunset and go start killing it in your life, bro. You're already doing great. Fuck yeah. Proud of your brother. Love and respect. Take care.